Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to install an alternator. Had a bad alternator on my 2003 Dodge Caravan. I'm not going to show you guys how to take it off. I already took it off. Went and got one out of the junkyard, so I didn't videotape me taking it off, but I'm going to show you guys how to put it back on. I think that me showing you guys how to put it on you'll get a good idea of how to take it off. It's only held on with 3 bolts. It's a 15mm bolt. There's a flange here. There's a hole here. There's a hole down here, and there's also one right here where it screws in. Now, of course, anytime you're working on an alternator, you want to make sure your battery's disconnected, or anything electrical for installing a starter or something like that. You don't want to, real easy to ground something out and short something out or arc and spark. So just take your battery cable off. Now, as far as those are the mounting bolts. Here's the alternator output cable. It just slips on a post on the alternator. And there's a 2-wire clip that clips right into the alternator. That's really all there is. And of course, obviously, you got to take the belt off. And there's a belt routing on the front of the vehicle. So one thing about putting the belt on, you notice some pulleys have grooves on it and some pulleys are smooth. Well, the groove side of the belt, see this part, groove, it goes groove to groove. The grooves fit down in the grooves, and the flat part rests on the flat part of the, so flat to flat and groove to groove. If you install it like that, you should be okay. So yeah, that's it. Three bolts, 1, 2, 3, a plug, and the main output terminal. Now let me show you the alternator itself. So here's one from the junkyard. As you can see, there is a mounting hole here, and one here. So you have those 1, 2, and to take this off, it's that's where this nut here is where that cable goes, and right here is where the other one plugs in. So pretty simple. Really, the hardest part is probably getting the belt off, and really it's not that hard either. When you pull it in, you just kind of grab it by the post with your fingers and hold here, and you can kind of slip it in. I'm trying to make this bolt line up with the bottom one, and this bolt with the top boss or flange or whatever you want to call it. So holding it in, just going to work it in, work it down past the spark plugs, slip it over, line up that bolt there, just let it sit there like that. Hopefully it won't break. Is you lay down on the ground here, and you see through here is where you reach through. I'm gonna try to hold this and tape it just to show you guys. See that right there? I'm gonna slip that bolt in, hopefully. Okay, get it started. And lining this one up ought to help line the other one up. Okay, got a couple turns on it, but you just do this till you snug it down. It's going in. I think you guys get the idea. I got a couple turns on that and got it snugging down. I'm gonna try to get the other one. I'll try this other bottom bolt on the inside. I should be able to pivot on the, I got the bottom one in, just snug, so. I got that one started. So let me try to get it go on a little further. As you can see, I'm tightening this one, bottom one up. If you notice that bottom one's driving this one in, so I think this is the best order to do it in. Now, that's not snug down, I still have them loose. And now I'm going to slip this other bolt in right here. Shouldn't have to fight it too much, hopefully. Okay, now that I got them all started, I can cinch these down now real good. So I'm going to snug these all up now. Okay, that one's pretty snug. That's tight. I'm going to tighten this one up now. Oh, that one's pretty tight. I'm just going to snug it up on the bottom. Yeah. Should be good to go. Okay, the 3 mounting bolts are in. I'm going to go ahead and grab this cable and snap this part in. It only fits in one way. It just slides on and you push on it. God, dude, that was insane. That little clip was a pain in the ass. Okay, I think I heard it snap on, but man, you had to push real hard. Take this nut off here and go see what size it is. Can't really see it down there. Well, this here is a 13 millimeter. Just take the nut off and it should slip right over the top here. Just slip it on like so. And you get the nut started. Just a little nut. Just give it a good snug. Yeah, it's in. So, got that all done. I'm going to do just a quick recap of everything I just did. Okay, still have the battery disconnected, but I had this bolt right here, this bolt straight down here, and the one on the side I showed, you can actually get your finger on it right here, but it's easier to lay down and work from underneath to get that off. Those are all three of the bolts of the mounting bolts are just 15mm bolts. That alternator output nut is a 13mm. And really the hardest part of this thing was this stupid clip, man. I swear. They got a little red safety tab on there. I fought with that thing forever. Now you just gotta put the belt on, and you just route the belt like this, and there's a tensioner. That's the power steering water pump. That's the tensioner, vibration dampener, AC, idle, and alternator. Let's see if I can show you. That's the idler, alternator. Power steering is kind of hard to see. It's in the back here. I don't know if it's in the... I don't have a flashlight, but it's right in between those two. If you see the pulley, let me show you how I get this thing off. I've actually got a serpentine belt tool. Helps out quite a bit. But let me show you what I got here. That there's the crank, AC. Here's the water pump right there. Okay. Now, here's your tensioner right here. What you do is there's a little, you got a 1/2 inch spot here that you can fit this thing in. Let me pop it in there first, and then I'll show you guys. Okay, as you can see, well, it's dark, you probably freaking can't see.